What's up, everybody? Welcome to Everything But Net, the sports podcast where, since we're bad at sports, we talk about them. We're here. We're doing our thing. I'm Jake, and we got Tyler here. Say hi to the people.
Hey, let's go. I'm watching NASCAR.
So, today we're going to talk about, we're really going to focus on the MLB, the new deal that they got, or not new deal, the new deal that they got.
The agreement they have to play baseball. Thank the heavens. We're playing baseball.
Thank God.
It's back July 25th with the Nationals and the Yankees. I can't wait because that's the opening game, and
you're a Yankees
I get to watch my Yankees play. First game of the year, Yankees playing. Aaron Judge about to drop 30 home runs in 60 games. I'm down.
That would be absolutely insane if he did that.
Yeah.
That would be...
Dude, hey, imagine...
wild.
Hey, think about it this way. The Yankees could go 60-0. Oh, there's a spin! I'm sorry, I'm watching NASCAR. I said that already. Kyle Busch just wrecked and there's a spin with 6 to go in stage 2. Back to baseball. So the Yankees... they could go 60-0. We have a full healthy lineup. We're all set.
So far, you have a healthy lineup right now.
Right now, we have a healthier lineup than we did in spring training.
Stanton.
Let's put that out there.
Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge get COVID, and you're screwed. Game over.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. But I will say, if we can't play 60 games without a big name player getting injured, I will probably reconsider my allegiance to the Yankees. That's a lie. But with that being said, I think the Yankees can go 60-0 and win the whole World Series.
You calling that right now? You gonna put that out there?
Calling it right now. Yankees winning World Series 60-0 until proven otherwise.
Yeah. Okay. So this deal, finally, right? So happy that the league just decided to just mandate, hey, we're playing 60 games. It's happening. So they've split it out in a couple different phases, which kind of makes sense. It's what everyone else is doing too. What did you think about how the schedule is going to be made? 40 divisional games and 20 games against your geographical divisional counterparts. For anybody listening that doesn't really understand that means if you're in the NL East, you play the AL East. If you're in the NL West, you play the AL West, blah, 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 for those 20 games. And the rest is divisional opponents.
I'll say I kind of like it. I mean, I think it's going to just kind of get boring, almost, because you're playing the same teams over and over and over and over and over again. But with that being said, it makes the games where you're not playing somebody over and over again a little bit more special, because you don't know what's going to happen there.
Well, that means you have 8 games against your rival, or is it 8 or 10 against your division? 10. So you have 10 against each.
I think it's 10 against your rival.
Again, yeah. So 10 games against each team in your division, and then 4 games against each team from the other conference.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Which
it'll be interesting.
I like
it for the 60-game season.
Yeah, I like the kind of focus on interconference play. Not that it actually matters this year since they're using a universal DH.
Yeah,
so the big
which will be interesting to watch also.
So the big difference between the conferences is kind of gone anyways.
Yeah,
which is kind of weird.
I mean, this whole season's weird, and everyone's going to say that the season has an asterisk because it's not a full season. Obviously, the World Series playoffs route is going to be so messed up. I saw this thing on ESPN. I didn't read too much into it, and I probably should have. I don't know how many games it is to actually clinch playoffs. I don't know if you looked up into that.
I didn't know.
ESPN had an article on it, and I don't know how much it was. I think, just like, in my mind, it would make sense for it to be around 35, 37 games to clinch, just because 30's half the season anyways.
Right.
So, 35, 37 gives you a buffer from, spots below you. But if you have a rockin' conference, or a rockin' division, you could be in trouble and might need to go 40 wins to clinch.
But
Which,
even
honestly, I could see the Yankees clinching.
but if you think
that's
about
the
it,
case.
but if you think about it like that, even if you have a rockin' division, then that means that all of the other teams you're only really competing against your division this season.
Yeah.
Are they doing a wild card? Do you know? They would have to.
I have
They're expanding.
absolutely no clue.
They're expanding the playoffs. Obviously, they're gonna have wild cards.
Oh, true. Okay. Yeah, that would make sense, I guess.
So, if you think of it that way, if you think about like having a rockin' division, honestly, the best divisions are going to cannibalize each other.
It's gonna be crazy to watch.
Which means
like
that,
you're really gonna see who's a better team than other teams in their division, even.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be like which division's gonna win, almost.
Right. Which means that like for honestly both sides. Think about the AL West.
Who's in the West? I don't even know the divisions that well.
The AL West would be.
I know the East by heart.
Yeah. The
That's
AL
only
West
because
AL West is the Astros, Athletics, Rangers, Mariners, Angels. Astros should run that division over.
Oh, easily.
In theory.
I mean, so will the Yankees with the East.
Right. And then, like,
then you have... Wait, what division are the Dodgers in?
The NL West.
Because they have almost similar... Because they have similar odds to the Yankees.
The Dodgers are NL West. Dodgers are NL West. So the Dodgers would be Dodgers, Padres, Rockies. I'm blanking.
That's a nice blank you got. I can see it in your stare.
I'm blanking. It's Dodgers.
Yeah.
I should know this. Since Rockies are my team. Dodgers,
yeah.
Padres, Rockies, Giants, and someone else.
Oh yeah, from San Fran.
Someone else bad.
Then if they're not worth a World Series spot, then I don't think it matters.
Diamondbacks, of course.
Oh yeah, they're decent, I guess.
Yeah, the NL West it's going to be a Dodgers runaway with it again. Especially
probably.
Especially since the Diamondbacks lost Greinke.
Yeah, that too.
And he was the only.
The Diamondbacks
reason...
are wishy-washy year to year.
Well, and the Diamondbacks were only good because of Greinke.
That too.
That being said, they got Bumgarner from the Giants, so.
Yeah, but I can still see them being such an inconsistent team.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They've been that way since I think the last time they went to the World Series.
Right.
Which was forever ago. So that's fun.
I'm just glad
also, Charlie Blackmon got COVID.
Yeah, speaking of the Rockies. Yeah,
yeah.
Apparently there were 3 members of the team. I guess. 3 players. I did not hear who any of the others are. All I heard was Charlie Blackmon. I'm like, good.
Well, they were just asymptomatic. So supposedly, I don't even know. Haven't actually looked at MLB too much. I've been getting sick and tired of the MLB news.
I'm so glad that
once we finally got the deal. Once we finally got the deal that 60 games is here, I kind of just was like, okay, I'm checking out for MLB for like a week or two because I'm exhausted with the news.
So glad that we have that.
Yeah.
MLB's coming back. What do you think?
That's really all.
What did you think? What do you think about all of the other like weird rules that they're adding in?
Oh, like the extra inning rules with like the dude starting at second base.
Yeah,
I don't think that's in our notes, but like, why? Why? Do you just want to end the game sooner?
That's exactly what it is. It's to speed up the game. And it's apparently that rule, the automatic runner on second in extra innings, I think that rule exists in most other baseball leagues around the world.
Does it exist in the Korean Baseball League?
I think so.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's weird. I want to know why. Like, what's their reasoning to do this
it's
in the other leagues and in this league now? Is it purely just to speed up the game?
It's literally just to speed up the game.
If they want to speed up the game, go 7 innings, and drop doubleheaders down to 5.
Oh gosh.
That would speed up the game.
But then
just saying.
Then you still end up with the extra innings issue. But
okay, play until 9. Play until 9. If you go past 9, add the second base runner.
Yeah.
That could be it.
I don't know. I'm not overly opposed to this. I think it'll actually make extra innings more exciting whenever they happen. It's not like it's all the time anyways.
But when they do happen, they go like 13, 14 innings.
Right.
Into that range.
Right. And
it's never just 10, 11. It's like 13, 14, 15.
Yeah.
Which is
and
ridiculous.
then you end up with those games that end up with 18, 19, 20, 21 innings. And it's just
a drag. And then
it
goes on until 3 in the morning, and you have another game after that.
God's sake, somebody win.
Yeah.
So I think
somebody just like, it's a bad team versus a good team, and you're going 20 innings. Somebody, team, just lose.
Somebody decide that they want to win this game, please.
The team that's not going to make it to the playoffs, mathematically eliminated, please just lose the game. You don't need to go 20 innings against a good team.
So I think
it's not worth it.
So I'm not opposed to them adding the second base runner.
I'm not either. I just think it's going to be a weird element. I think this season is going to be the season that they're going to add more things in and try to test almost like what they want to do and what they want to change for the next upcoming seasons, especially with the new CBA negotiations.
Yeah, kind of what
coming in 2021.
Yeah, kind of like what the NFL does with all of their rule changes, where they're like, okay, we're going to run a trial period in preseason. If we like it during preseason, we'll run it during the season. Yeah. If we like it during a full season, we'll keep it.
Yeah, and NASCAR does their whole like rules changing in the All-Star race, which I kind of want to touch upon just a little bit here.
That's kind of interesting.
Because in the All-Star race, it's coming up at Bristol. So this is the first year they've held it at Bristol in I don't know how long. I think it's always been at Charlotte. But they put it in Bristol, and fans are going to be able to attend. It's going to be amazing to watch. But the thing is NASCAR wants to try something new with the cars themselves. Maybe not like the packages, but the way the cars look. Jake, I know you've seen NASCAR races. I've seen you next to me at a NASCAR race.
Oh, yeah.
You know the typical NASCAR look of the paint schemes and all that with the numbers on the doors.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Guess what they're going to do this race, All-Star race, with the cars? They're going to move the numbers back. Nope, they're going to move the numbers back to the front of the rear wheel well.
Okay.
And they're going to add a sponsor across the whole door.
Good
like
Lord.
It's more sponsor space.
So it's oh my gosh. So it's not even you're going to get to the point where
you're all sponsors, no numbers.
Yeah, you're already kind of at that point with NASCAR where everyone's like, "Oh, it's the Lowe's car, the M&M's car." But the numbers are still
but those
important.
are iconic paint schemes. And here's the thing though. Most of these sponsors don't have like 5-6 year seasons like they did back in 2006 and beyond, then further back in like the 90s even. You have like SiriusXM sponsoring Martin Truex Jr. this race. I don't think I've ever seen them on the car last season.
Jeez.
And they're probably only a 1-year deal. Like, it's just kind of weird how sponsors are running. And nobody has those 5+ year deals with sponsors anymore.
Yeah.
So, yes, more space on the car for a sponsor would help that. But I think you need to keep the numbers on the door.
That's weird.
Nobody likes it. Twitter's blowing up about it whenever it's talked about. If you search up images of the IROC cars, you'll see what I'm talking about. IROC. It's NASCAR sanctioned, but it's so low level. Like the ARCA series blows it out of the water compared to like racing skill level. And it's more Canadian league. But the IROC cars actually run those paint schemes. It's mostly a solid color with a sponsor on the hood and the side and tiny numbers around the wheel well.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Yeah, and that's what the NASCAR cars are going to look like for the All-Star race.
Interesting.
It's going to be really, really weird seeing NASCAR cars not look like NASCAR cars.
That's
for the first time ever. I don't know why they changed it,
That
but
is
they
weird.
are.
The NFL also kind of does that
And-
with the Pro Bowl, though.
And I think they also do it with the Hall of Fame game, which I'm so glad that they canceled.
No,
Nobody
Hall of Fame
likes the
game,
Hall of Fame
Hall
game.
of Fame game is normal uniforms.
Well,
Normal
sometimes you
uniforms,
have like
normal rules.
patches.
Yeah,
but,
you'll have
I
the Hall of
mean,
Fame
other
patch.
than that, other than that, it's kind of like, what else are you gonna do there? And the Hall of Fame game, I'm glad that they canceled that. Nobody wants to watch a Hall of Fame game.
So
Nobody does.
The reason
And
I love
the only reason people watch it is because it's the first game back,
and it's a week before preseason starts.
Yeah,
It gives
so
you
people are,
that little
fiending. They're fiending for football,
Yep.
and they get it with that.
It gives you that little
And that's the
taste
only
of
reason why it
football.
stays.
It's like here's a little football, just a little bit.
Dude, football's like that heroin addiction that keeps coming back yearly. I'm sorry to put it in that term, but like it is.
I need my fix.
You get a little taste of it, and you're addicted for 17 weeks straight, and then you're depressed as soon as it ends. Oh, it's bad.
Or if you're a fan of a bad team, you're depressed the whole time, but you're still itching for that fix.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm so upset that I actually found a good analogy for that.
Oh gosh, the NFL, man.
Oh my god, Jake! Breaking effing news. You wanted to talk about Cam Newton. Now's our chance.
No
Former
way.
NFL MVP Cam Newton has reached agreement on a 1-year incentive-laden deal with the New England Patriots.
No.
What?
I'm
3 minutes ago.
Mad. I'm so mad because I called that.
Oh my god.
I called that
What
so
did
long
I just
ago too.
look at? I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
I called that so long ago that Cam was going to the Patriots. I knew that was going to happen.
Did. I think everybody did. Now here's the thing though. I'm surprised it took them this long to negotiate a deal. That's the only thing that surprises me.
Oh, I can't even believe that.
Dude, I'm so glad we got that breaking news on here.
That's insane. Well,
yeah.
There goes that whole segment of talking about where
that
Cam
whole
Newton
segment
might
of what we
go.
wanted to talk about with Cam Newton and other free agents. That's all gone because Cam Newton was just signed to the Patriots. I can't believe it. What on
so
earth just happened?
That's irritating.
What just happened?
Well,
oh
Brian Hoyer just got demoted. That's what just happened.
Talk about Jared Stidham now.
Oh, he's gone. Bye.
Yeah, he's cut. Oh man, it's the Brian Hoyer and Cam Newton show. Who would have thought? Everybody.
Literally everybody.
It's a no-brainer.
This is what makes the most sense.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Oh,
I'm glad I don't. Here's the thing, though. Will Cam Newton have success? No.
Holy shit! Well,
I'm calling it right now. He will not have success in New England.
I don't know, man.
Because here's the thing. New England has been a throw and like handoff based, normal kind of old school football. Drive the ball down the field. And it's been that way since Tom Brady entered. It's been that way until Tom Brady left. We all know Tom Brady didn't have legs to scramble with. But now enter a quarterback that knows how to scramble in a more handoff and pass-heavy offense. I don't think he's going to find success in New England.
I'm going to say, oof, this is going to hurt me to say.
Oh, boy. Jake.
This is going to hurt me to say.
No. Don't say it. I think I know where you're going with this. Please don't.
Belichick?
Oh, no.
Belichick is incredible at putting people in positions to succeed. He's so good.
I know.
He is so good at using people.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. He's not just trying to put Cam Newton in a plate. Like, I don't think he's going to try to put Cam Newton in a more pass-oriented offense. I think he might try to go the whole team route and say, hey, this is how we're going to play the scramble offense.
Yep.
And utilize the quarterback like he did with Tom Brady.
Yep.
I think it's going to be a challenge for them to succeed this year because of that. Because he needs to get the whole team on board with it.
I don't know, man. So the other thing, this is what's going to pain me to say. Who's their offensive coordinator?
I'm getting texts about how Cam's signing a deal with the Patriots. Like, we're already on it.
Who's
their offensive coordinator? Josh McDaniels.
And Josh McDaniels. Who did Josh McDaniels make look like a god for one season?
Tim Tebow. Is that correct? Yeah. Tim Tebow with the Broncos, 2010? 2011 season?
8.
2008? No way. No way.
Yep.
No, No way it was 2008. No way. Dude, I was in 3rd grade at 2011. That's when he was on the Broncos. So, sorry for the interruption, guys, but this is Tyler and Jake coming at you from the future. We actually have to edit this segment in because we completely missed this while filming, but this was a second breaking news about the Patriots. The New England Patriots were fined $1.1 million and to lose a 2021 third-round draft pick for filming the Bengals-Browns Week 14 game.
Yep. Yeah, and
that's big.
It's crazy because just reading this article, which we're doing on the spot,
yeah,
they did it for their web series called "Do Your Job." They didn't inform.
Yeah, the NFL also banned David Mondillo, which Mondillo was also terminated. Oh, prior to the league's discipline, Mondillo was terminated by the Patriots also. A Patriots spokesperson confirmed the team won't contest the penalties. Okay. Dude, this is all so weird.
Yeah.
And this segment's going to be really, really weird because it's edited in, first of all, and we're just reading the article on the spot. We don't have any prior knowledge about this.
Yeah, this is so from what it looks like to me is that they were filming the game for their web series. And the idea was to illustrate how a scout works on the road.
This is so crazy.
That's weird. And the fact that they're not
because why did they do it at the Bengals and Browns game?
Yeah, well, and they never informed the Bengals or the NFL that they were going to be doing this. Which I think is where the big, which is where I think the big issue comes from.
I agree with that.
Because had they just talked to him and said this is what we want to do, blah blah blah, and gotten permission, I don't think this would be an issue. They would
either get approved or declined.
Right, and then this wouldn't be an issue.
Well, yeah, and we don't know where we're putting this. It's probably going to be close to the Cam Newton Patriot deal signing because that makes most of the sense.
Yep.
But I'll let that up to Jake because he's main editor of audio. So that's kind of all we wanted to touch upon.
Yeah, crazy day to be a Patriots fan.
Because it was kind of crazy.
Crazy day to be a Patriots fan. You got the good news of Cam Newton.
The past couple months have been kind of bad to be a Patriots fan. Yeah. Then they had some good news happen, and quite literally, like half an hour later, you have bad news again. So, sucks to be a Pats fan, but you had it coming. You've had 20 years of good things happening. So I don't really feel bad for Patriots fans. So there's that segment. You can edit that in there.
I hope you enjoy the rest of the podcast. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Oh, you're right. It was 2010.
Okay. I know my history when it comes to sports.
You're right.
2010 was Tebow. And then we got Von Miller in the draft.
2008 was when he was drafted.
Yeah. 2010 was when Vaughn was drafted, or 2011 in the Cam Newton. Cam Newton was first pick. Vaughn, I think, was second pick.
Yeah, 2008 was the 2008 was the Gators championship season.
Yep.
With Tebow, And oh my gosh, that just real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a couple more names off of that roster because it's insane.
Oh yeah, it's a whole list of murderers, right? Like Aaron Hernandez.
No. It's that roster is nuts. Just
The
Tim
Gators?
Tebow. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the 2008 championship winning Gators. Tim Tebow.
Okay.
Cam Newton.
Yep.
Who else?
Oh my god.
Percy Harvin.
Aaron Hernandez, I know, was one. Percy
Aaron
Harvin?
Hernandez.
Dang.
Yep.
Aaron Hernandez, I know, because it was like a joke for a week.
Both.
Tim Tebow was on a team full of murderers in 2008.
Both Pouncey brothers.
Oh dang. Okay.
Yeah, it was nuts. That roster was insane. And
Wow.
I am just dying for the 30 for 30 on that team.
That would be ridiculous.
Because
that's
also,
like the 130 for
also
30
you know who the head coach was?
No, I'm
Urban
blanking.
Meyer.
I used to know it.
Urban
Oh
Meyer.
yeah, that's right.
Fresh off a scandal, Urban Meyer comes in, coaches that team to a championship win with the most insane roster.
Yeah, that team was stacked. Wow,
Yeah.
that's really funny.
So McDaniels could do good things with Cam, and that's terrifying.
Absolutely, but I think it's going to be an issue with getting the whole team on board with it because they're all seasoned vets in the Brady.
Yeah, but that team's culture is built on do your job, whatever it takes to win. I don't see
and
Belichick.
They also got a lot of young guys too. They also, the amount of old studs that they have, they got some good youngins coming.
And I just don't see Belichick losing a locker room like that.
Okay, I just thought of another question. Does this mean tank for Trevor is out of the question for the Patriots?
Yes, absolutely.
Because I said if they aren't signing Cam Newton, they're gonna tank for Trevor Lawrence.
No, but
they just signed Cam Newton.
That absolutely takes that off the table because you don't sign a competitor like Cam if you're planning on losing the games.
Especially for a year. Well, actually, here's the thing though. Maybe it is for a year. Maybe they're saying, hey, if he gets injured, then we go back to the tank for Trevor.
Well,
and we can get our
it's a 1 year incentive heavy contract. It's a 1 year incentive heavy contract, which means
meaning he's gonna play to prove. Yeah,
it means he's gonna play that you're still able to play in the league.
He's gonna play to get paid. That's what I've been struggling to say.
Yeah, it's going to be it is absolutely 100% going to be a pay to prove that you belong in the league still, prove everybody wrong, and you're not going to you're not going to bring that kind of that kind of pressure and B that kind of a personality to a team that's going to tank.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Unless he gets injured. It's like week 1. Yeah. Which I could see it happening.
I hope not. Cam, I
hope it doesn't just because I know that the Patriots won't win a Super Bowl this year.
No, there's no way. I mean,
that's what I'm happy about.
Cam deserves his shot. Absolutely, he does.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
He was a great player.
Ooh. Another question. Were the Patriots looking at Cap? That would be interesting to know.
I don't know. If
they were looking at Cap.
I do want to say I am glad that Cam got a job before Cap.
Oh, yeah, because Cam, he almost deserves it more.
I agree.
He was pushed out of the league unfairly due to injuries.
Well, he was...
And not being able to prove himself on the field.
Right. Cam was done dirty by the Panthers. Just straight up, that's how it is. He was done dirty by the Panthers. They released him at the end of the quarterback free agency craziness that happened to this free agency. They released him after most of the teams had already, went out and gotten their new quarterback. They didn't let him play last season, even though he probably could have towards the end of the season. The Panthers just did Cam so dirty. So I'm glad that he's getting another chance.
Yeah.
And
what else do we have to talk about? Because we just had the breaking news segment. I don't even know what we were on before that. Were we on the NFL?
Yeah, we were. which is
Oh wow, okay.
we were talking about the Hall of
That
Fame
was a
game
good breaking
and how
news timing then.
yeah, it was really good timing.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
also, since you brought up Kaepernick, let's talk about that real quick.
All right.
So apparently, a whole bunch of teams have now come out and are looking at him. They've contacted Pete Carroll with the Seahawks because the Seahawks are the last team that worked him out.
Yeah.
And are trying to figure out, if he's actually ready to play or not.
That would be an interesting situation with Russell Wilson.
Well, they worked him out. They didn't sign him.
Yeah, but if they do sign him, maybe does that put a clock on Russell Wilson?
I don't think they're going to sign him.
That would be
interesting. I think they would have signed him already if they were going to. I think that's something.
I guess so.
Because they actually brought him into their building to work out. It wasn't that workout that the NFL had lined up. They brought him in, and I think that if they were going to sign him,
sense.
if they were
Jimmy Johnson has an uncontrolled tire. I'm sorry,
but if they were gonna sign him from that, I think they would have already. Of the teams looking at Kaepernick, the Chargers are one of them.
Oh, really?
Thoughts?
Who do they have as a quarterback? Oh, they just got Tyrod. Justin Herbert.
Well, and Tyrod is their number one on the roster right now.
Wow. Ooh, there could be a really heated quarterback competition preseason if we have a preseason.
I honestly think that bringing in Kaepernick into that locker room with Tyrod and Herbert, because honestly, Tyrod's a good quarterback.
It would,
he played well. Yeah. Tyrod's a good quarterback. He played well when he was in Buffalo. He did what he needed to do.
Mm-hmm. But he was scooched out once Josh Allen went in there.
Right.
It makes sense.
Yep.
Josh Allen, I would say, is better than Tyrod Taylor.
But I think if you put those
I think anybody can say that.
I think if you put those three quarterbacks in a competition, Tyrod, Kaepernick, and Herbert, I think, you have a really good competition.
Oh, easily. But you also can have Kaepernick, bring some more experience into the locker room. Because he's been to a Super Bowl. He knows how to run his team as a starter. He's got that empowerment in him.
Well, also the difference between Kaepernick and Tyrod, because Tyrod's been around the league for a while. Tyrod knows how to lead a team. Tyrod knows how to win games and how to keep the ball safe and all of that. The things that made Tyrod a serviceable quarterback, because he is.
And he's got legs too.
The one thing that Kaepernick brings that Tyrod doesn't is knowing what it is like to belong to a winning culture.
Yes. In the 49ers when they were in the Super Bowl,
right.
All that.
And with Harbaugh as their head coach. And
yeah.
Because Tyrod...
It makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would kind of end up doing a disservice to Herbert. If they did it.
Yeah, and I would feel bad for him.
Just because
I don't know if he would make it into the
he'd make the team.
The 53-man roster.
He would. He'd make the team because absolutely
over Tyrod.
Yes. I think
would.
I honestly think what it would be. I honestly think what it would be is if you have a 3-way quarterback competition. Herbert's making your roster. He was your first round pick. You don't.
True.
You're not getting rid of him.
Yeah.
I think that then it becomes a question of placement for the 3, and then a roster spot for either Tyrod or Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Because Herbert could come out, win the quarterback job.
The starter.
Right. Herbert could come out, win the quarterback job.
Insane.
And, put whoever comes in second on the bench. Or Kaepernick, they could honestly figure out that it's, Kaepernick, Tyrod, Herbert. And then cut Tyrod. And, let Herbert ride the bench for a few years. And, vice versa if Kaepernick and Tyrod switch places.
Yeah, it'll make for a good quarterback competition. Much better one than what Denver had a few years ago.
The battle of attrition.
Even with the fiasco. Yeah, even with the fiasco it was. But I think it would be interesting to watch.
I agree.
Also, it would be so fun to watch because it's a meltdown of a position on a team in our division.
Yep.
And I love seeing that.
Yep. Yep, would not be mad about Broncos rivals being bad, or not
Nah,
necessarily being bad, but not
but just having like competitions within themselves.
not
like
having any clue what they're gonna do, and But that's the only
Yeah, I would like that.
team. That's the only team that I've specifically heard. Oh, also the Lions. The Lions were another one. I guess that we're
Oh
looking at.
yeah, the Lions have had some things happen with them. Like they had, I think it was like president or something step down.
Their owner.
Their owner.
Yeah.
Their owner stepped down.
Yep. Their owner and chairman.
Who's the owner now?
Sheila Ford Hamp is their new owner. So it's still a
Gotcha.
Ford. It's still a Ford. I think it's the daughter
Makes
of
sense.
the former owner.
Okay.
But she also came out and said that the Lions would be open to signing Kaepernick, which after last year with poor old Matty Stafford getting hurt twice, and
yeah.
I honestly think that the Chargers would be doing themselves and their young quarterback a disservice by bringing in Kaepernick. I think that the Lions bringing in Kaepernick would have to realize he would be going as a backup.
Yeah.
Because you are not.
Because you still, like, Matthew Stafford's good when he has help.
And you're not.
He's not had help almost ever.
And as the Lions, you are not putting Matt Stafford on the bench.
No way. No way.
He's
just been your guy.
Yeah.
He's given you more than you've expected.
And really deserved out of him.
Oh, easily. Yeah. He could have been gone a while ago.
Yeah. Matty Stafford, you do not
a long while ago.
If you're the Lions, you do not put Matty Stafford on the bench. He has done too much for your organization.
Way too much.
So I think that makes more sense, honestly, is bringing Kaepernick into the Lions, knowing that he's going to sit the bench for a year or two until Stafford decides that he's had enough of the Lions and either decides to retire or become a free agent and come to some team that needs help. Or if his
health declines.
Or if he gets hurt
and he
again.
Retires.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that, especially with the spinal issues that he's had the past couple of years.
Yep.
It just makes sense. But Cap would be a good spot for the Lions.
I agree.
I wanna touch upon Josh Gordon actually.
Okay.
Because just a little bit, because he said a couple days ago that he's expecting to be reinstated within a month.
Mm-hmm.
So by the end of July, we should know that he's able to sign with the team or reinstated.
Well,
if he's still on Seattle.
He's still on the Seahawks roster, I think.
Yeah. So he should be able to play next season.
Yeah, I would love
if the Seahawks keep him.
I would love to see Russell Wilson throwing to a combined DK Metcalf, Josh Gordon. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
Dude, that was like the goal last season.
Right.
Once they had DK Metcalf playing in the games full time and they had Josh Gordon for like a game or two before he decided to start smoking weed again and get caught. And then he got kicked out of the league again. Or suspended or whatever. I think they only had 1 or 2 games where they played with each other, and it was like quite good combination to have.
It's
for Russell
so dangerous. The issue with that combination, the Josh Gordon and DK Metcalf combination, they are both monster human beings.
Yeah.
They are both huge men that can go up, make a catch, contested, double coverage, doesn't really matter. Because they can just outmuscle the defenders.
They're like skinnier Gronkowskis, and that's why they're at wide receiver.
Right, yeah, and they're faster.
Yeah. I mean, skinnier, faster, it kind of goes hand in hand.
DK is
almost
huge, man.
He's absolutely shredded.
Have you seen some of his workout videos?
Not really.
They're terrifying.
I bet they are.
His weightlifting,
I mean, they gotta be terrifying if you look like that.
His weightlifting sessions specifically. Frightening.
Oh, God. I might have to look that up.
Frightening.
After this podcast.
It's great.
That's fun.
Yeah. So I think
what? I don't think we have much else in NFL, right?
I think at this point we would be remiss if we ignored the coronavirus topic that's sweeping
Oh,
the
hold
nation.
hold up. Dak signed his franchise tag.
Oh, he
Okay,
did
go
do that.
ahead.
He did
COVID?
do
COVID?
that.
Yeah, COVID. Yeah, we should have just touched on that just a
Dak
little tiny bit.
By the way.
That happened. Yeah, that happened.
By the way,
But
that
yeah,
happened.
go ahead, COVID.
They have, let's go back into Dak, sorry. Yeah, the Cowboys now have until July 15th to work out a longer deal. They should. It would be really stupid for them not to. I'm pretty sure there have been two
Cowboys
quarterbacks.
are dysfunctional. They've been dysfunctional this whole, century.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are two quarterbacks in the past, since the franchise tag was invented.
Years.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So,
that have actually played under the franchise tag and not gotten a longer deal. And one of them was Kirk Cousins twice. Which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, with two different teams, I think.
So the Cowboys,
the Redskins and Vikings. No, I don't know.
The Cowboys need to just decide. No, I'm pretty sure it was with the Redskins twice. I think it was the same team.
Was it with the Redskins
twice? Sure it
was
the same team twice.
Oh my god. Okay. Go ahead, keep going.
The Cowboys need to decide what they're going to do with Dak. Honestly, Dak, take the money. You're not worth it.
Oh no, but just take it.
Take it. And Cowboys, reconsider. Obviously, you're going to have to...
Definitely.
No, obviously, you're going to have to pay Dak. You're going to have to. Right now, it would be...
There will be a time where Dak is paid.
Yeah. And it might as well be by the Cowboys.
And you know that once Dak is paid, Patrick Mahomes is getting, probably double the deal Dak is going to get. It's going to be ridiculous.
Mahomes is going to get torn off, and it's going to be insane. The amount of money that he is going to get. And the fact that the Chiefs are already talking about that is insane.
Yeah, because don't they have $7 in cap space?
$7 in a pack of bubblegum, I think.
Oh, really? Okay. I wasn't sure if it was a pack of bubblegum or a cent. Okay.
Yeah. I think it was one of those old penny gum sticks.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm glad we know.
It all evens out.
Yeah. Comes up to 17 and a quarter.
Yeah, it's just about. So, yeah.
Did you hear that Tom Brady's under fire by the NFLPA?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because he keeps having
doing his workouts.
Which, questionable at best.
But apparently, most other people are in the NFL. They're just not being talked about because, it's Tom Brady. He's the golden boy of football.
Well, I saw a video.
He's doing something bad.
I saw a video yesterday of Dwayne Haskins throwing to Jerry Jeudy.
Really?
Yeah. Jeudy was working out with Haskins.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Haskins,
they're on completely opposite teams.
Haskins launched a football, a solid 60 yards. And Jeudy just ran under. Nice bread basket. It was great. It was very pretty.
Like Jeudy does. I'm so glad he's a Bronco.
It was very pretty. Best wide receiver in the draft, and he fell to 15th. Are you kidding me?
Thank you, Cowboys
and Raiders.
The Cowboys
and Raiders.
Cowboys and Raiders. They were the picks right next to each other. Or
Cowboys taking CeeDee Lamb.
The wrong wide receiver.
Cowboys taking CeeDee Lamb, and the Raiders taking Henry Ruggs. Thank you to both of them for giving us us Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, coronavirus.
I can't believe that they're both dumb. How can two teamfuls of executives decide to pick the two wrong wide receivers? I don't know.
CeeDee Lamb fits the Cowboys better than Jeudy.
Yeah, but Jerry Jeudy fits the Broncos the best out of all three.
Yes. Anyways, coronavirus is a thing.
Oh yeah.
And
I guess it is. Still.
Malcolm Jenkins.
Are we going on the third month? It's been 3 months, almost 4.
No, 4. Basketball was canceled.
March 13th was the last normal day in my mind.
Yep, and the NBA was canceled 113 days ago, or no, 106 or 7 days ago at this point.
Yeah, it was 3 or 4 days after March 13th, or before March 13th, because you were at my house actually.
The final NBA game.
I'm calling it March 9th.
You were close.
Really? Is it 10th?
11th.
Ah, dang it!
11th. March 11th
I'm
was
so
the final
mad.
NBA game. And that triggered
Okay, yeah, that makes
all
sense.
of sports to go nuclear.
Go haywire. Yeah.
So
Love
Malcolm
it.
Jenkins is
Oh,
concerned.
man.
Malcolm Jenkins is one of the NFL players concerned about having the season. And then after he came out and said that, the NFL was like, okay, training camps are July 28th. Hope you're ready.
I love that. That's such an NFL response, too.
It wasn't directed to Malcolm Jenkins or anything, but
Oh, no, but, like, it's a response that the NFL would have if anybody said it.
yep,
And if anybody says something about the NFL, they're like, okay, let's add something here. Boom.
Yep.
Unrelated to that topic, but also kind of bashing you on the head, giving you a bonk.
yep.
But
So the NFL has said
that's the NFL.
the NFL has said that we are going to be starting on time. They have no plans to
That's so
postpone.
funny.
No plans to postpone.
I will say, they said that they didn't, or they wanted full stadiums. They said that they aren't going to go like percentage capacity or anything.
Well,
like
they're
that,
not going
and they
to.
want full stadiums. And then Goodell traced that back, saying that they're going to cover up like half of the bottom row of sections. That way, they keep their players safe.
So the NFL has also come out and said, because they've been saying a lot of things, they have also come out and said that they are not going to dictate attendance limits. They're going to let the teams decide what fan capacity is, which means that really they're letting the cities decide.
Which is good.
Which is good.
Because
it makes
that
sense.
makes sense.
Because it's going to be different
if you
for
have,
everybody.
if you have, say, Massachusetts with lower numbers than Texas, like it is now, you're gonna want different fan capacities at those arenas.
Yeah, and I mean, I know,
and factoring in closed tops and open outside locations, it makes sense. Good on the NFL that part.
I know that here in Colorado, we are now allowed to have outdoor concerts and the likes.
And I know that in New Hampshire, we can have outdoor races able for 35% of the public, and I will be attending. I can't wait.
So I know that since we can have outdoor concerts, if you're gonna go ahead and say you can have outdoor concerts but not sports,
yeah,
that's gonna be questionable. Also, we're still 2 months out from opening weekend for the NFL. So
2 months? That's not far away.
It's still
we've spent more time in quarantine, Jake.
Yes. But if you think about it, we've spent 3.5 months so far under some sort of lockdown, quarantine guidelines.
Yeah.
3.5 months. The idea is not that things are going to go backwards or stay the same. More things are going to open up as time goes. 2 months is a long time for in terms of things opening back up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I would,
a month even. A month is long, and that's when the race is happening in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So
I would expect
keep an eye on that too.
I would expect some form of actual fandoms being at places. Assuming that there's no second wave. Assuming that there's no big second wave that Fauci is going off about, and he just needs to stop talking.
I mean, there can't be a second wave if the first wave doesn't end. And Florida and Texas and Arizona aren't helping with that. They're just making it worse.
Fauci,
love you guys.
Fauci, like good on you. You know, way to be a smart doctor, man, and try and help the country. Stop talking about taking my NFL away.
Yeah, why do you care about that one sport? NASCAR is running. NASCAR has fans.
Let me have.
Don't talk about them, please.
Let me have football.
Yeah, let you have football. Let me have the race. So make sure you don't talk about NASCAR, please, Fauci. Love you.
NHL time. Speaking of coronavirus,
have we even talked about the NHL at all?
No, not even a little bit.
That's funny because didn't we want to start the show with NHL?
Yeah, that's what we had talked about.
and then we started with MLB out of the gate because it was back, and I only mentioned it because I saw a commercial on the NASCAR race.
It's fine. It's fine.
So
the NHL. To the NHL. So the NHL, they have doubled their on-ice workouts, which I think is hilarious because they went and did that immediately after 2 teams tested very positive for coronavirus. And then they were like, okay, that's fine. We're going to double our on-ice workouts and let more people be together. And that
That's
was
funny.
questionable.
Questionable, but
It
funny.
was so funny. And then, so their Phase 3 opens up July 10th, which is training camps for all 24 teams that are returning to play. That is 2 weeks.
Wow.
Week and a half.
2 weeks.
It is next Friday.
Week and a half.
It is next
yes,
Friday.
Let's go.
Next Friday we get training camps for hockey.
Although camps aren't going to be at hub cities. They're going to be at the actual
right
places in your cities.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like the cities of the teams playing.
Yep, but it's going to be at home arenas, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Why would it not be?
Yeah. I know that because, I'm an Avs fan, so I follow some of the Avalanche players on Instagram. They've been at facilities. They've been getting some small group ice time, and hockey's coming back.
Good for them.
Yep, hockey's coming back.
Hooray.
I'm very, very excited
Just
about
slowly.
that. It's very slowly.
Slowly though.
They're hub cities.
Like
we are still on track to be right with the hub cities.
Yes,
because
I like being right.
They've
with predictions.
They've narrowed it down to 6, and have actually Vancouver dropped out earlier this week. So right now the 5 possible hub cities.
However, I don't like how Edmonton is trying to steal the thunder from Toronto. Our prediction of our Canadian city.
I think Edmonton would take it away from Vegas, though.
Bruh.
I think Edmonton. Because Edmonton's
this
in the West.
is where I get selfish about my American pride. Because we Americans have most of the hockey teams. I don't care if it's a hockey
what would happen
country in Canada.
What would happen is Edmonton. What would happen is Edmonton would take over Vegas because they're in the West, and Chicago would probably end up being the.
Yeah, and then in that case, we were wrong.
Very wrong
about our predictions.
Yeah,
but
Edmonton.
I don't care. I don't care if Edmonton has golf simulators, basketball courts, movie nights, video games, live entertainment, ping pong, pool tables, lounge areas, and rooftop patios.
Yo.
I want to be right in my predictions. I want Vegas and Toronto to be the hub cities, and I want that. That's my take on that.
Thank you. But how sweet does that sound? They're basically turning their idea is basically to turn Edmonton into Olympic Village, just for the hockey players, and I think that's dope. I think that every other city needs to counter with a very, very similar proposal, or they're going to lose. But I think it's so cool. Because that's what they do in the Olympics. They have everybody's isolated. All of the athletes, they're all together for 2 weeks. Weird how that timing works. And they have activities and a whole bunch of condoms because they all have sex with each other. And I don't think that they have to worry about that so much with the NHL.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I will say though, if we're wrong with our prediction, I'm gonna be mad because I like being right with my prediction.
Yeah.
And going off of that, Kyle Busch wrecked. I mentioned it at the start. He was my pick to win because he had the practice the night before because the doubleheader race at Pocono, and he got wrecked because apparently Blaney just drove through his corner panel and wrecked him. And I was wrong. So Matt DiBenedetto, you're in 10th place, 15 laps to go, albeit 20 seconds behind the first place driver and Denny Hamlin. But there could be a caution. Somebody could Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch again. It could happen. I've seen crazier things happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So NHL also.
So I want to be right with my prediction.
The NHL also announced their Hall of Fame class.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to that.
Which, I mean, the only two names that I really want to talk about or care about at all are Jerome McGinley and Marian Hossa. Just because they were both the first ballot players, and those guys are both insanely good at the game of hockey. I mean, I'm sure all 6 of them are insanely good at the game of hockey. That's why they're in the Hall of Fame.
Considering they're in the Hall of Fame, yeah. That would make sense.
But Jerome McGinley, Marian Hossa.
That's kind of how that works.
Jerome McGinley, Marian Hossa, I've watched them for a while. Iggy was a member of the Avalanche for a bit, so, shout out to him.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Bezos is buying Seattle's NHL arena's naming rights and is weirdly not calling it Amazon Arena.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Like, You're literally whatever. I don't even need to waste energy on that. Good for Jeff Bezos using his money that he has
to buy things.
Yeah, that normal people can't buy, so that's fun.
Yep.
And
then two more.
I wish I had his money.
And then don't we all? And then two fun little.
I would buy a racing team.
Two fun little NHL bits. The NHL and the PA are nearing an agreement on a new CBA. Their CBA doesn't expire.
Congratulations.
Yeah, they don't. There isn't expiring. Yeah, it's not expiring yet. They still have a little bit to go on it, and they're just like, "Hey, we're just going to renegotiate now while we're bored."
Makes sense. A lot of people are bored,
and it's gonna extend the CBA for another about 6 years. It includes solutions for revenue loss due to coronavirus. Going to keep the salary cap the same, and all 700 players are expected to vote on that and the resume to play very soon.
So wait, the whole league is the PA? Wait.
No. But that's how the CBAs work. All of the NFL CBA did the same thing earlier this year. Every player has a vote.
Every
player has a vote.
That's kind of
because it affects them all.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, because it affects every single one of them. The PA's job is to negotiate. The players are the ones that end up doing the voting.
That makes sense. Okay, I forgot about that.
And then the 2020 draft lottery was announced, and I think this is funny because.
Okay, first off, going back to Jeff Bezos, I want to add this in. What's Seattle's team name going to be?
I don't think they have one yet. No, it might be the Krakens.
That's kind of lame.
But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's official yet or not. It's not official yet.
If it's not official, okay. If it's not official, then hopefully it's a better name. Because Golden Knights kind of rocked it. But
yeah, they have not announced.
Also,
what the team name is going to be.
Golden Knights has a affiliate team. I think it's in the AHL now. I forgot what the name is, but it's like a silver horse thing. It's kind of funny because Golden Knights, silver horse thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. Okay, go back to the draft lottery because that's more interesting than the Golden Knights AHL team.
Draft lotteries are dumb. First of all.
Oh yeah, I hate them. I hate them. The NBA and the NHL, I'm pretty sure, are the only two leagues that do that. And
they make no sense.
Dumb.
It makes zero sense. Give your worst team the best.
I love the way the NFL does it.
Give your worst team the best pick.
I love the way the NFL does it.
But I just think this is funny because as a big Avalanche fan, I hate the Red Wings. The Red Wings were the worst team in the league this year and ended up with the 4th pick in the draft. Which is hilarious.
4th or 3rd?
4th.
Wow.
The first.
And what's the other team on the?
The first pick of the draft.
Did you not put that in order?
I did.
In the notes. Is that not in order,
That's
Jake?
That's in order.
Okay, because it shows Red Wings at 3.
No, it doesn't.
All right, whatever.
The first pick in the draft is a blank slate right now.
Oh, it's a play. Okay, that makes more sense.
The first pick of the NHL draft is a team that has yet to be determined because it's going to be one of the losers of the round of 24.
Wait, is that why you have the Twitter went wild with this one?
Oh yeah,
dude, why?
Twitter went off. So it's actually really funny that you brought up the Seattle team because right now their name is the Seattle Placeholders because they don't have a team name. So they took to Twitter and said
that should be their team name, Seattle Placeholders. There it is. It's so much better than Krakens. I'm saying that right now.
So they came out and were like, so does this mean we have the first pick?
That's so funny.
Twitter took off.
Oh my god.
So many people were like, "Oh, so now, people are going to try to lose that play-in round." Teams, they're guaranteed they're going to be teams that try to lose it. I saw one tweet that just said, "Well, training camp just became optional for some teams."
Yeah, no kidding.
Yep. So
dude, I hate that.
The funniest part is this outcome had a 2.5% chance of happening.
What?
Yep. 2.5% chance that 8th round of 2014 would get the first pick.
Why is that even a chance?
I don't know.
Why would you? What? Whoa! I'm having brain aneurysms, dude.
It's so funny.
Why would they put that in there?
It's so funny. And then to round out the top 8, it's the placeholder team that nobody knows who the hell it's going to be yet. The Kings, the Senators, the Red Wings, the Senators again, the Ducks, the Devils, and the Sabres.
Whoa, I missed that. There's 2 Senator picks.
Yep.
Whoa.
Senators, Red Wings, Senators.
I'm really glad I didn't pay about 0 attention to the NHL this past week, because that's wild.
It's so funny.
Dude. Dang. I kind of just skimmed over that in the notes.
Yep. All right. We got a little bit of time left. You want to talk about Fight Camp?
Dude, Fight Camp is literally the greatest thing. Let's start out with this. There are few people on this earth that walk around where I look at them and I just see money signs in their eyeballs. And I know it, for me, it's, what's, Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob, because, money. And the only other person is Eddie Hearns. He's a legend. I've got to say that. Eddie Hearns is the man, dude. And him, Matchroom Boxing, and DAZN announced 4 fight cards for Fight Camp. Jake, do you know what Fight Camp is?
A little bit.
Yo, Jake, I didn't hear you because your mic's kind of muted. I don't know if it picked up your voice.
A little bit.
Okay, I hear you. A little bit? Okay. Well, Fight Camp is located in Eddie Hearns' backyard.
That's dope.
And he has 4 fight cards set in August. August 1st, August 7th, August 14th, and August 22nd.
So he's just gonna
a month out from now.
He's just going to set up a ring
and
in his
he's going to have... There's already a boxing ring set up in his backyard. And we've got a month away before a bunch of good fight cards come out on DAZN. DAZN Boxing's coming back. Thank God. Top Rank's kind of a snooze fest lately. But I'm so happy about this. And August 22nd has heavyweights Dylan White and Alexander Povetkin headlining that fight card. I'm so happy that this is a thing. Fight Camp is one of the greatest things other than Fight Island for UFC, which Dana
is
White, also outside.
Dana White needs to get on that.
Oh, he is. I've seen a picture. I think it was today actually. There's a UFC ring, literally located on an island, and it's just outside with a gorgeous sunset.
That's incredible.
It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen for a UFC ring.
That's incredible.
But for a boxing ring, this is probably one of the greatest things I've ever seen. It's in Eddie Hearns' backyard.
That's ridiculous.
It's insane, and he has DAZN because he owns. I don't know if he owns Matchroom Boxing or I don't know what he owns. I just know that he's a matchmaker, and I see money signs in his eyeballs. I love him. He's one of the greatest people on earth.
Speaking of,
and he was kind of getting into it on Twitter today.
Speaking of matchmakers and negotiators and people like that.
Oh my God, are we getting into Daniel Kinahan?
Daniel Kinahan, oh gosh, the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, Irish crime lord Daniel Kinahan. Yeah, if anybody has any connection to Daniel Kinahan, let us know. We would love to interview him.
Especially if you or even you, if you have a connection to Daniel Kinahan and you somehow stumble upon this episode and this podcast, and you just have ties to him, and you know he's not going to want to come on, and you just kind of want to come on and have a conversation with us about Daniel Kinahan, well, I will gladly accept your invite, and I'll reach the invite to you.
Absolutely.
Right here. This is your formal invitation.
Daniel Kinahan.
Please come on the show.
Someone tied to Daniel Kinahan as guest number 1 on this podcast would be legendary. That would be one of the most electric interviews you would ever hear in your life.
Yes.
But Tyson Fury dropped him as his negotiator after all of the garbage went down between the Irish Prime Minister and crime, and it's just a bad situation that I think would be really interesting to
Shocking.
get. I think it'd be so
Shocking.
interesting to get like an actual deep dive into any of it.
The mind of Daniel Kinahan. Yes.
And I think that's going to end up being a Netflix special or a 30 for 30 or something in the future.
Probably not 30 for 30 because that's ESPN. Actually, maybe it is 30 for 30 because Tyson Fury's a part of Top Rank.
Right. So I think
that makes sense.
I think any of that would be very interesting, just to get a peek into his mind, find out what he was all about.
Oh yeah, dude! This is the first time I've ever heard about him, and he's one of my favorite people ever, next to Eddie Hearn.
And just kind of figure out what he was all about, and just see how this all went down, because I'm very, very interested.
Yeah, dude. The sports world's been on fire.
Yeah, and it's kind of great.
The past couple weeks. You want to know one of the biggest things to come out of this?
What?
A noose. A
noose.
My
gosh.
We cannot have a podcast that talks about sports in the broad areas that we have of sports and not mention probably some of the biggest news to come out of the beginning of this week, where Bubba Wallace, one of his teammates, found a noose in his garage stall at Talladega. And since I'm on the topic of NASCAR, the Pocono 2 race ended, and Denny Hamlin just won. So, there's that.
Here's your live results.
Bubba Wallace, live results. That's not really live because everyone will know by the time this is out. But, it's live right now. Bubba Wallace, one of his teammates, found a garage door pull rope tied in the shape of a noose. And that noose was tied back in October of 2019. And it just so happened by random draw that Bubba Wallace had that garage stall this year.
It's ridiculous.
I can't believe it. NASCAR investigation was complete, and 11 garage stalls had a tied rope, and only one of them was tied like a noose, which was Bubba Wallace's stall. Out of, get this, 1,684 garage stalls.
Yeah, that whole situation is fishy.
It's so weird.
That whole situation...
I just wanted to touch upon that.
That whole situation is fishy and messed up.
Yeah.
Like, it...
Yeah.
There's... Something about it just is not right. That by random happenstance, it ends up... No.
Well, I mean, they don't check the garage stalls. You know?
Still, that's too much of a coincidence.
It is.
I agree
with that.
Something's up, and it's... I don't know. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Racism's bad.
I just wanted to touch upon that, because that's kind of some big news, and we can't just not talk about it on a sports podcast.
Yeah.
Especially reviewing the last week's worth of sports news.
And that was huge at the very beginning of this week.
Oh, yeah, like Sunday night, Monday. I think after the podcast we filmed last week, I went upstairs and I looked at my phone and I'm like, oh God, why couldn't this be a breaking news segment? I wanted to get that done and over with, but we got it done and over with now.
Yep. Racism's bad. If you're racist, stop it.
Yeah. Stop it. I like it. If you're racist, stop it. Also, since Pocono is over now, thank God, Pocono is probably one of the worst tracks on the schedule. I don't know why there's 2 races of them ever. I don't know why there's 1 race actually, but Indianapolis 500 for Indy cars is coming back. It was rescheduled from Memorial Day to July 4th weekend. I'm happy about it because that means an Indy 500 race will happen.
Yep.
And it's the first time ever that the NASCAR Cup Series and the IndyCar will race at the same track on the same weekend.
That's cool.
So that's kind of historic.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
You want to know what's not cool, though? Well, let's start off with the cooler side first. The Indianapolis 500 will have fans at 50% capacity. Hooray. Good job. Here's the not cool side of it. The Cup race, that's literally scheduled the same weekend, will not have fans.
Why? What's the reasoning?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
I couldn't tell you. It makes zero sense, and I don't like it. Mostly because I feel for the Indianapolis folk who like going to watch the Brickyard 400 that is raced with the NASCAR Cup Series. That's kind of all I have to say about that. Other than F1's coming back as well, July 4th weekend. It's going to be a big day in motorsports. July 4th weekend.
There you go.
Y'all can clip how many times I said July 4th weekend. I think it'll count up to be 30 seconds worth of content. It'll be funny YouTube video right there.
July 4th weekend, July 4th weekend, July 4th weekend.
There's some more 20 seconds of content.
Well, that's all we got for y'all.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's all we got for y'all today. Thanks for tuning in. We're people that talk about sports. I'm Jake. This was Tyler.
You change that so much every time you say it. It's so funny.
Follow us on all of the social medias because we have them all and we post never. But follow us anyways.
Yeah, except for Twitter. Yeah.
Because then maybe we'll post.
And you won't see our faces almost ever on YouTube because my OBS doesn't like to record with Audacity running.
We'll do it.
And
we'll do it eventually.
We won't be able to fix that. Yeah, well, it'll be done eventually, but we won't be able to do that until we get cameras for our faces.
So, separately. There'll be a link in our description to our Patreon. Probably not because we don't actually have one yet.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you. Wait, we have a Patreon?
No, but we could.
That's fun.
We could do a Patreon. Comment on this podcast if you can. I don't know if you can. Go to YouTube, find this episode, comment on that episode if you want us to do a Patreon for whatever unknown godforsaken reason.
Or if you're listening on Anchor, don't they have this message feature?
Probably.
If you're listening on there, just be like, yo, I want a Patreon. I've never even seen what a Patreon website before.
This is literally the most haphazard, horrible ending we've ever had. Thanks for listening.
Oh yeah, but I mean, we're chilling.
Thanks for listening. Follow us on Twitter at EBN_podcast. We are on TikTok and Instagram at everythingbutnet. We are on YouTube at everythingbutnet. We are on podcast places. That's probably how you're listening to us because that's what we are. We're a podcast. We're on Spotify, Google Play, Anchor, Breaker, Stitcher.
Everything but Apple.
Everything but Apple Music still, because they hate us, and it actually might be because I'm lazy. I'll try and figure that out.
Just double check. Yeah.
Yeah. So, thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe. If you're on YouTube, hit that bell notification button so you know every time we post. By the way, it's going to be Monday mornings.
Hopefully.
We enjoy having us in your ears. And
I hope our voices soothe your ears.
Yeah.
Maybe you listen to us when you're going to sleep, which in that case, maybe we'll quiet down and be less hype. But I don't think that's the case with us. We're very loud.
Yeah, if you're listening to this when you're going to bed, good night. I hope you sleep well.
Yeah. If
if
make
you're starting,
sure that there's no breaking news happening.
If you're starting your day, good
then
morning.
We'll get hype and loud.
Yeah, if you're starting your day, good morning. Have a great day. Go
if
kill
you're
it.
Listening while having lunch, I hope you have a good meal.
That sandwich looks great.
Yeah.
Okay, we're done.
What is this ending? What is this ending?
We're done.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.